Rome stood at the height of its power. Yet history often changes direction in its quietest rooms. And this room was holding its breath. Julius Caesar, a general loved by the army and admired by the people. As Rome expanded across the known world, Caesar's influence grew beyond tradition. Power was no longer shared. But not everyone welcomed this rise. Fear was spreading inside the Senate. In Rome, power always creates fear, and fear demands a response. In secret, decisions were made. Decisions that could not be undone. And time was running out. Marcus Brutus was not Caesar's enemy. He was something far more dangerous, someone close. A man torn between loyalty to a leader and loyalty to Rome itself. Many senators believed Caesar was becoming a king. And in Rome, kings were never forgiven. The idea did not begin as murder. It began as a question. How do you stop a man who controls everything? Brutus struggled with the thought of betrayal. But the idea of Rome falling into tyranny frightened him more. The decision was finally made, not for revenge, but for what they believed was the survival of the Republic. The date was set. There would be no turning back. Caesar believed this day would be like any other. He was wrong. March 15th arrived without warning. The Senate gathered as it always had. And Julius Caesar walked in, unaware that history was waiting. He was warned to be careful, but Caesar ignored the message, believing fate was on his side. Slowly, the senators moved closer. What seemed like respect was something else entirely. The first blade struck without warning. In that instant, order collapsed. Blade after blade followed. But when Caesar saw Brutus, his resistance ended. Julius Caesar was dead. Rome stood still. They believed they had saved the Republic. They were about to learn how wrong they were. The assassins believed they were saviors. But the moment they stepped into Rome's streets, they realized the truth. The people were not waiting with gratitude, but with anger. The people believed they had lost a leader. The Senate believed it had restored freedom. Both were wrong. Brutus did not speak. He gave no victory speech, because deep down he had begun to understand one thing: Rome would never see him as a savior. When the day of the funeral arrived, Rome erupted. This was no longer mourning, it was the beginning of a reckoning. And then someone stepped forward. Someone who would not let Caesar's legacy be silenced. Caesar was dead, but Rome had entered a far more dangerous path.